Good morning everyone. So in this class we are going to discuss about the next topic, that is damp proofing. It's called as damp proofing. So first understand what are the causes of dampness. So one of the basic building requirement is that it should remain dry. Means what? Whenever building is dry, then it is almost safe. Okay, it should remain dry and free from moisture which is traveling through the walls, roofs, floors. Okay, from outside the moisture should not get inside. Okay, from the outside, maybe rainwater, maybe groundwater, maybe surrounding atmosphere. From there, through the walls, through the roofs, through the foundation or floor, the moisture should not get inside. Okay, that is the main requirement. The dampness is the presence of hygroscopic or gravitational moisture. Anywhere, the dampness is nothing but presence of moisture. The presence of moisture. So what will do? Dampness will give unhygienic condition, very bad, and it will reduce the strength of the building. It will reduce the strength of the building. So that is why every building should be made damp proof. Dampness means moisture. Damp proof means providing a barrier or making that building such that it is not allowing to moisture to penetrate. What are the causes? What are the causes of the moisture? From where we can get the dampness? Okay, moisture may rise from the walls, from the ground. Moisture may rise from the walls. Means what? If there is a building, okay, building, okay, this is a door. From the foundation, if rainwater is there, so from this the water may not rise. Water should not rise. So one of the reason is moisture rising from the walls. Moisture rising from the walls. Second is rainwater from the wall tops. Means what? From rainwater walls, from the rainwater which is falling on the walls, the it may penetrate. One is rising from the walls, another is rainwater. Okay. Third is again the rainwater from the walls. Condensation. Condensation means what? Due to the temperature, less temperature, the water vapor which is present inside the room, if it is condensed, it will form what? Water droplets. So that is due to condensation of moisture. It is condensation of moisture. Other causes, what are the other causes? Poor drainage. Other causes may be poor drainage. You are not providing sufficient pipeline. Imperfect orientation of the building, such as less sunlight, heavy showers. If these are the condition, dampness will come. Imperfect roof slope. So generally it is there in the flat roof. If you are not at all providing the slope at all from one side, the rainwater will start accumulating. Okay. Next is defective construction. If you are doing the building work defective, or absorption of water from the water pipes. These are some of the causes of dampness. Next we will see what are the effects. If building has a dampness, then what are the dangers, what are the effects will come. First effect is breeding of mosquitoes. Okay, so moisture, if it is present inside the building, then mosquitoes will start breeding. Okay, so it will be unhealthy condition. Maybe it will give unsightly patches. So you have seen, no, inside the building, so you can see visible patches. Okay, unhealthy or patches on walls and on ceilings. Sometimes softening on crumbling of plaster. You have seen, no, plaster defects. So that may be the causes of dampness. So plaster defects will come, and wall decoration will get damaged. Okay, sometimes it may lead to efflorescence. Means what? Appearance of white patches. Okay, sometimes it will lead to reduction in strength. Okay, and sometimes tiles, flooring material will get loose. Flooring material, tiles, we may get destroyed. One of the effect of that one. Okay, if any furnitures are there which are made up of timber, door, window, everything will get damaged. It will get damaged. So due to moisture, timber materials will get damaged. Maybe the chance of short circuit in electrical fittings. Maybe the chance of short circuit in electrical fittings. Floor covering such as tiles will get damaged. Okay. Termites will come. Termites are the insect type of a thing. Okay. So dangerous diseases may come from the insects. Dangerous disease may come such as tuberculosis, neuralgia. Okay, like this asthmatic problems they will start appearance. Okay, so major problem is rusting and corrosion of materials, rusting and corrosion of metal things. So these are some of the effects of dampness. Mosquito breeding, unhealthy condition, plastering will vanish, timber material will vanish, tiles will remove. Okay, electrical fitting, short circuiting. Okay, floor coverings will get damaged, insects, termites. Okay, efflorescence. Okay, diseases and rusting. These are some of the effects of dampness. Methods. What are the different types of methods we can use? Okay, one is membrane type of damp proofing material. Membrane means thin sheets. If you are using, then these are called as DPC layers. Then these are called as DPC layers. Damp proof course or membrane coating. Second is integral. Integral means during the slab concreting, if you put some water proofing chemicals inside the chemical concrete mixture, then it is called as integral part. Surface treatment means what? Whatever the topmost floor is there, no roof, so there you are applying a Dr. Fixit chemical, so like that, that is called as surface treatment. Cavity wall construction means what? Cavity wall construction means you have seen, no, cavity wall, there will be two leaves and there will be center some gap is there, so this is called as cavity. You have two walls, so this is all cavity wall, so it will act as what? Insulator. It will act as a barrier for moisture movement from outside to inside or inside to outside. Guniting means what? Guniting means wherever the cracks are there inside the floor, cracks are there inside the wall, inside the ceiling, inside the foundation, it will be filled with mortar by injecting in pressure. By injecting in pressure, the mortar will be filled. That is called as guniting. Pressure grouting means again the same thing. Okay, pressure grouting means you are applying the coating. Guniting means applying the plaster with pressure. Spraying of plaster, it's called a spraying of plaster. Guniting. Grouting means injecting the waterproofing chemicals. So just will go one by one because already you have seen this one. Okay, so here what they are telling, membrane type of damp proofing. It consists of what? One water repellent membrane, such as plastic sheet or DPC coating, such as DPC coating between the dampness and the building. So at the top, if you are putting a sheet, so it will act as barrier, no? So source of dampness may be rainwater and part of the building. In between, you are putting what? Membrane. Okay. What are the general things we can use as membrane? Bitumen, mastical fault, bitumen felt, plastic sheets. So what we have seen, no, plastic sheet or polythene sheets, sometimes metal sheets, sometimes cement concrete. So these are all things can be used as membrane damp proofing or use of DPC. Use of DPC. So it should cover. What are the principle? It should cover the full thickness of the walls. Full thickness of the walls. Second is integral. Integral means what? During the concrete mixing itself, some chemicals you are using. So that is why it is called as integral. So some waterproofing compounds are added to the concrete mix. Are added to the concrete mix, so that concrete will become impermeable. Impermeable. So common types are what? Compounds of chalk, talc, filler, like this. Maybe compounds like silicates, aluminum sulfates. Okay, so compounds like soap, petroleum, oily fatty acids. Okay, generally you have commercially silica, permo, pueblo. These are some of the compounds used as integral. Understand the meaning? Integral means during concrete mixture itself. Okay, DPC or membrane means they are applied in a thin layer. Okay, surface treatment means what? Already it is there. Already it is there on the surface you are applying. So application of a water repellent layer. So very important. Application of a water repellent chemical substance such as a Dr. Fixit and all, it is called as surface treatment. surface treatment. Okay, here water repellent substance on the surface you are generally apply. So generally it is applied on the roof from where moisture is entering, from there moisture is entering. That is the surface treatment. Okay, what are the chemical compounds used? Calcium and aluminum olates and stearates. These are some of the compounds used. Okay, 2 points are sufficient. So all these things are additional information. Generally you don't want. Okay. Sometimes exposed wall face may be sprayed with water repellent. May be sprayed with water repellent. Okay. Cavity wall construction you have seen no in detail. You have seen in the wall construction. You have seen in the wall construction. Guniting means what? Depositing under pressure the impervious layer of rich cement mortar. Rich cement mortar over the exposed surface. Over the exposed surface. So I have told no, guniting means plastering only, but plastering is done in pressure. Plastering is done in spraying guns. Used spraying guns here. The spraying guns are used, so it is called as guniting. So guniting means under pressure cement mortar is applied, such as pipes, cisterns, etc., etc., is generally used. So one thing I wanted to explain here. You see the word, what is written here? Cement gun means what? From the nozzle of that gun, cement spray is very fast. Cement will be sprayed in a very fast velocity, so that it is applied with very high pressure. Okay, so generally nozzle, it will contain a nozzle, there will be machine. Okay, there is a distance maintained. So all these things are there, which is not sufficient, which is not this one required. You try to understand. Guniting means applying in the pressure cement mortar using a cement gun and nozzle. Cement gun and nozzle. Okay, so later on, if anything is there, it should be cured. No, it should be cured. Curing means applying the moisture. So it is cured for days. Pressure grouting means what? It consists of a cement grout wherever the cracks are there. No, so like this, the cracks, voids, fissures, everything is filled with the cement grout. Cement grout. Okay. So next thing we are going to discuss is materials used. Materials used for dam proofing. What are the characteristics? What are the characteristics it should have? It should be impervious. Means what? It should not allow water to penetrate. Water to penetrate. It should be durable. It should have the life. Okay, it should have the life of the building. It should have the life of building. It should be strong. It should resist the superimposed load. It should be flexible. It should be flexible. It should not be costly. It should be leak proof joint. It should give a leak proof joint. Okay, like that the material qualities are mentioned here. Okay, so what are the different material? Just remember, hot bitumen can be used. Bitumen means it's a highly flexible material, no? So hot bitumen. Mastic asphalt can be used. Mastic asphalt can be used as a what is that, waterproofing material. And here you can see felts, aspetic felt or bituminous material. Metal sheet can also be used as membranous DPC, membranous materials. Okay, like that you can differently use. Okay, so plastic sheets, mortar, stones, bricks, everything can be used as a waterproofing material. Okay, so depending upon that, so combination of sheets can be used, combination of bricks, special bricks can be used, special stones can be used, which are made up of granite, so they can be used as a waterproofing. They can be used as a waterproofing. Okay, mortar generally used in guniting and pressure grouting. Concrete itself can be used. Concrete itself can be used as a waterproofing material. Okay, plastic sheets can be used. Here you can see plastic sheets can be used as a waterproofing material. So how the DPC treatment is done? How the DPC treatment is done? Okay, so treatment to the foundation against gravitational water. So here what they are doing? Here you can see, here you can see different types of treatment methods applied for a building. So provision of air drain. So what they are doing? So let us say this is a building wall. It is a building wall. So wherever DPC is there, no, that is the treatment given to the building. That is the treatment given to the building. DPC means damp proof course. Course is nothing but a layer. Damp proof means it is not allowing the dampness. So apart from this providing, so wherever red line is there, no, so that is the DPC layer that is provided, where the wall will start from the foundation as well as from the sides. Apart from this DPC layer, they are providing one drain which is called as air drain. Air drain is provided on the sidewise, so there the rain water or whatever the water is there, no, it will get collected here and it will be disposed of. Drain means one gutter type of a structure, maybe pipe is there, maybe open, so that will be used to dispose that one. So here wall of that drain is made little bit higher than the ground level, such that other water, gravitational water should not come and fall here. Okay, it is made a little bit higher, and roof cover is also provided for this drain, also provided for this drain. How they have made? On the sides to the wall, the DPC layer is given, and at the bottom also DPC layer is given for this wall. Okay, for this wall. And later there is a side drain provision which we call it as air drain, and roof cover is also provided for that one. Roof cover is also provided. Now next is what? For basement type of structure. Basement means what? Below ground floor. Okay, below ground floor, what is the treatment they have given? Suppose this is the basement, so you have floors, no? Here what are these? Floorings. Floorings are nothing but tiles. Floorings are nothing but tiles. So here what is this? This is a wall made up of brick. Wall is made up of brick. So in between the walls means what? Inside the wall you have one DPC layer. Here you have one DPC layer, so that is why arrow mark is given. And beneath the floors or beneath the tiles you have another layer, so which is marked in black color. Okay, another layer, that is also called as DPC. So inside the wall and beneath the flooring material you have DPC layer. Apart from that, one DPC cutoff is given throughout the cross section. DPC cutoff is given throughout the cross section. So this is the DPC treatment for basements. For basements. And as usual, sidewise you have provision of trenches. This is an open trench which is a sand filled or gravel filled. There is a trench provided so that it is a filled with gravel, and at the bottom you have foundation concrete. At the bottom you have foundation concrete. So at the side you are providing one open gutter and it is filled with gravel. At the bottom you are providing one pipe. So gravel is collecting the water from all the sides. No, gravel will be collecting the water, and which is porous, and through this drain pipe water is disposed of. Through this pipe water is disposed of. Similarly, drain pipes are also given here at the center of the footing, at the center of the basement, beneath the basement concrete. If we see it in plan, it will appear. So try to remember, this is the side of the wall. This is the side of the wall pipe. This is the beneath the basement concrete. Two pipes I want to show. Two drain pipes I want to show in the plan. Okay. Now you can see in this plan. Okay. Yes, are you getting? These are the pipes. This is one pipe, this is second pipe. This is the pipe which is beneath, which is this pipe beneath the basement. So that is why it is coming in the plan, inside the plan. And this dotted line throughout, dotted line is there, no? Two dotted lines side by side, two dotted lines side by side, two dotted lines side by side, two dotted lines side by side. Throughout the periphery is nothing but this pipe. Why it is provided? It is next to the wall. So next to the wall will come here. No, next to the wall means this one. So this is the wall. This is the total wall. Okay. So next to the wall, you are providing what? Pipes. You are providing the pipes. So it will collect the rainwater, so that slope is given like this. So all the rainwater from the sides, gravel is there, so through the gravel, through the pipe, the drain water is collected and disposed to this tank. And here also in between you have two pipes lines, they are going. These are called as drain pipes. So as usual you have one cutoff. in the wall. You have cut off in the wall. Those are called as DPC layers. These